when we were actually on a family vacation and heading down to southern Iowa, and we heard about Rejuv on the radio, and at that time I was unable to walk. I was on crutches and in a wheelchair, and that was in July. And at that point was told you need to have a knee transplant and I said no, can't do that. And so we came here just searching for questions, and we found them. My knee has always been sore anyway, and as a college tennis player, and you think you're invincible and you can, well, eventually it catches up with you, and cancer catches up with you, and all of those items make your body extremely weak. And as a junior high and high school band director, you're very mobile. You have to be running them down the hallways or outside while they're marching. And the last couple years, I pretty much had to be in a golf cart outside, when we were rehearsing, because I could barely walk. This summer, it just escalated. I had a little minor accident. I was actually just cleaning water out of the swimming pool, believe it or not, and I felt it go, and I couldn't walk. And my summer was done. It was extremely depressing because you couldn't live the life of an active person, which I always was, and it was hard. It was not an easy thing to do. They were saying to have a whole knee put in, and that was the only way to solve my problem. And I knew from experience and from other people that you talk to that they can be great, but you also hear the terrible stories. I didn't want to be one of those terrible stories, and I said I will do anything before we have to have a knee replacement, which is not what I wanted to do. I can still do it, but I don't need it now. The procedure was done the first part of November, middle of November, so we're now first part of February. To me, it didn't happen like overnight. It wasn't, the next day I felt something. It seems to be more a week or two. It's like, I was going up the steps. Well, first I wasn't even going into the basement because I couldn't do the steps. And then it's like, I'm gonna go down there because the fire's going down there. I want to be by the fire. And so then it's like step together, and then about 2-3 weeks later, it's like, hey, there's dirty laundry, I'm gonna go, and I went down there and I carried it up without even realizing that you're doing it. So it's like every 1 to 2 weeks, it's like you're doing things that used to be normal, and you were unable to do them. Now you've got that ability to do it. So you're going up and down the steps now all the time. You're going out there and watering the horses, things that haven't happened for years. Well, I think, everyone wants their independence, and to have your husband push you around in a wheelchair, and bless his heart, that's a wonderful thing. I praise the Lord all the time that he does that, but you want that independence to go, and I want to go left, you want to go right, I want to go to the grocery store, you want to go to Menards. Now you can actually do the things that you couldn't do before, and so your spirit is lifted. You are happier because you've got the mobility that you didn't have. It's as simple things as like picking up the grandkids, where I couldn't be doing that this summer. That was not something that I could do. You can't watch 2-year-old when you're on crutches, and now you can. So you pick her up all the time, and you go to the playground, and you're on the swings with her, and you're climbing up the ladders it completely changes your life, which then when you have that mobility, obviously you just have a happy spirit, you have a happy life.